Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar. This is going to be a review of Vampirella Trial of the Soul. And, while I say it's going to be a review, I got done reading this and my impression of it was I had no impression. I don't know if that makes sense, but I got done reading it and it was kind of like I had like a single piece of popcorn. And for a moment, I was entertained. And then it passed. Now, we start off with, what page do I want to show? I guess here, because that's the least risque of the pages at the beginning. We start off Vampirella and this guy here, who turns out to be named Presterjohn, like the Kingdom of Presterjohn, old European medieval legends. And he's there to kill her. Or, well, not yet. He's there to investigate her. And things got a little, kind of personal, if you know what I'm talking about. Now they have a fight. They break up immediately. So much for that relationship. And she throws him out a window. Defenestration. Oh, you don't get to use that word every day. Defenestration. You don't believe me, do you? You don't believe that that's a real word? Trust me. Defenestration, right there. You should look up historical. The city of Prague, or Prague, however you pronounce that, didn't have just one famous defenestration. It had multiples. It's a real word. It is a real word, I swear. In fact, there was a joke DC hero. I forget what the name of his little group was. He hung out with like Six Pack and Dog Welder, and he was the Defenestrator. He was this like big Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude, threw people through windows. It was great. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So you can see we've already got some little lovey-dovey relationship that's not going to be so lovey-dovey. Because here he is reporting in on her activities. Now there's a little montage sequence in between with some really great looking art. We're not going to focus on that. Ultimately, everything kind of comes to a head, and naturally, we have to have a fight. How the fight goes, I'm not going to tell you. You should read the book to find out. I already feel like I'm kind of spoiling a lot, but at the same time, I feel like there's not a lot to spoil here because I've just given you the outline of the story, and that's really it. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of depth. It's not like we're digging in and checking out all sorts of cool character development. I'm sure maybe there is some cool character development here, but I don't see how this ties in. Maybe it ties in with the Vengeance of Vampirella book. I don't know why you introduce a new opponent in a one shot. Now the art in here, some of it's pretty cool, and I'm starting to show way too many pages, but like that's a pretty cool dynamic shot of them getting ready to fight right there. She's jumping in, the claws are out, metaphorically and literally, and of course being a vampire, she's got one thing in mind, uh, and it's disgusting, right? I mean, it really is because boom, there's how the fight starts, and he's all like, "I'm gonna transform, yo! I'm gonna transform and be awesome," because that's his whole shindig. But the art's got some really cool stuff going on in it. I really like it. Then the previous couple pages, when there's this montage sequence of what she gets up to after she defenestrates him, there's all sorts of cool looking monstery things. It looks dope. This whole 2-page spread looks really dope. He looks cool in this getup, which is what he ends up fighting her in. These dudes back here in the background that are all hovering around and stuff, they look pretty cool. One of them is not even human. He's just off panel here. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, dope, huh? And the whole gist of this, and it's, she even says herself, the character is kind of isn't this a little bit overdone? I'm getting tired of you inquisitor types rolling in and trying to condemn me or whatever. I mean, if you go back to the Christopher Priest Vampirella story that's ongoing right now, issue 9 or something, she has to go kill a bunch of combat nuns. There's a phrase you don't hear every day, combat nun, but it's true. So to some extent, this feels kind of like we're rehashing stuff I'm familiar with. And on the other hand, I don't see how this ties into anything. Now, I'm not reading Vengeance of Vampirella, so maybe this matters for that. But ultimately, this left no impression on me. The fighting was kind of neat, and the art's kind of okay in some places. Like, there's some stuff in this book that looks really good. There's some stuff that looks kind of not so good too. Like, there's one shot on this page. Like, I'm not quite sure what pose she's in. Like, is she just walking like she's got her heels on still? You know, like, there's something funny about that, and it looks more like a sketch than a finished piece. It's like we took a sketch, we colored it, and we're just rolling. Which is a contrast because in other places, the art picks up lots of great little detail. There's lots of cool stuff going on, like in this picture, or her hair down here. I guess I'm showing too many pages and panels now, but like I really liked how her hair turned out right there. So the art's a little kind of back and forth on to how detailed or how not detailed it is. And I can't really get a read on it. The cover doesn't do what's inside the book justice, not at all. The cover looks like one kind of story, and it is not that. It's not some kind of horrifying story. Like, it's not a horror story. It's more an actiony kind of story. The cover doesn't reflect that at all. So in the end, I kind of liked it. How much did this cost? Apparently cost $4.99. So I paid $4.50 for it, and it's just kind of there. Like, I'm pretty sure that as soon as I'm done doing this talk that I'm doing with you guys right here, I'm going to forget all about this, and I'm never going to remember it again. And that's not where you want to be with your comic book. This is written by Bill Willingham, who, if I remember right, is the guy that did Fables, right? So I feel like I should have been expecting, or I should have gotten something that left much more of a lasting impression on me than what I got here. Which isn't to say that it wasn't fun to read, because there was some good dialogue, their interactions back and forth, like they were snappy, things moved quick. At no point did I get bored or anything. I just don't know if it's going to be particularly memorable now that I'm done reading it. Alright, that's what I think about Vampirella Trial of the Soul. You all have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Sure hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye bye.